Deterrence through technological superiority to prevent wars. Expansive economy and finance require security against destabilizing events, both external and internal. This requirement implies deterrence capable of dissuading an aggressor, but with a productive impact on the civilian economy to avoid impoverishment that would then sustain support for irrational political proposals. Therefore, the object of study and planning for the rearmament of democracies, within a scenario in which America is less willing, both in scale and intent, to offer low-cost security, is to build dissuasive capabilities based on technological superiority that nonetheless generate expansive consequences for the civilian economy as rapidly as possible. Simplifying, the design mission is to align as much as possible the cycles of rearmament and socially widespread wealth, that is, to extract plenty of butter from the cannons. To prevent criticism of unrealistic pacifism, it must be said that this position is not bellicose, but pursues security, which is the most basic common good for a social system. What has been said should change the criterion by which rearmament in democracies is observed. Among many cases, one specific technological economic case concerns Italy. For years I have supported the sixth-generation aerial platform program CAP, Global Combat Air Program, shared by Japan, Italy, and the United Kingdom, with the goal of completing it by 2035, because it promises competitiveness in terms of technological superiority useful for deterrence and the development of hundreds of technologies which, even when degraded from the military level, would be propulsive for civilian industry. For example, observational and operational hyperconnectivity, exospace networks, robotics both for platforms and drone swarms, etc. with strong traction on the stock market both for major companies and for related ones. In my calculations, I had so far found a lack of scale that, to be compensated, required the participation of other nations and, at the European level, a risk of dispersion of useful investment if the similar Franco-German FCAS project were to take off. Now, in addition to the not-to-be-taken-for-granted confirmation of the program by the new British government, the FCAS has collapsed because France demands asymmetric dominance, and Canada has chosen to participate in the CAP, initially as an observer. Therefore, the scenario now features two sixth-generation platforms, the CAP and a new U.S. system not yet fully revealed, with probable elements of seventh-generation technology, hyperrobotics and orbital drones. Both for competition and operational compatibility, the CAP should now open to advanced allies such as Germany and explore further collaborations in the Pacific. But Tokyo fears that expanding CAP's partners, an instrument necessary for dissuasive confrontation with China, could slow it down. However, I would like to point out to the governments involved that the CAP needs more collaborative capital to reach an initial seventh-generation standard for this type of global-range aerial platform, exo- and endoatmospheric, which America and China are pursuing and which promises greater technological revolution beneficial to the civilian economy.